You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
ODD-TV.
What's good, everybody? This is ODD. Sometimes in my videos, I briefly mention how the New World Order is different than the One World Order. And recently, I've had multiple instances of people asking me to elaborate further on the subject. So that's what we're going to do today. You see, for years, I thought that the New World Order was something that was coming in the future. And I still see a lot of truth seekers that think that as well. The fact is, we have been living under the New World Order for centuries. We can visibly see it as far back as 1782, when the Great Seal was officially adopted as the United States national emblem. On the reverse of the seal, we have the phrase Novus Ordo Seclorum, which means New Order of the Ages. I'm sure most of you know this, but that's just it. From that time up until now, they have been telling us that we live in the New World Order. Let's cruise up to the year 1913. The Federal Reserve is established, and for the very first time, the reverse of the Great Seal, containing the unfinished pyramid and the all-seeing eye, became a common image for the public to see due to it being placed on the back of the dollar bill, along with the obverse, or the front of the seal, that has the eagle holding the 13 arrows and the olive branch with 13 leaves. These images are now constantly in plain sight for all to see on a daily basis, and between 1913 and right now, so much has gone down. Literally, the value of the dollar has gone down with extreme precision, and you can get a feel for where we are now, on the brink of a total collapse. This is all by design, no question about it. The ruling class intended on the dollar bill crashing since its inception. This is the exact reason the Federal Reserve was created. They knew that if they established a monetary system that lost value over time, that in return, they would gain a society that lost value over time with it. This chart can be used and seen as the decline of standards and quality of people, not just the money. In the same way that the dollar has lost worth, so too have the individuals that make up society. Society has been completely brainwashed and dumbed down so that when the dollar finally falls, we do too. It's like the movie Idiocracy.
It says on your chart that you're fucked up. You talk like a fag and your shit's all retarded. What I do is just like you know, you know what I mean? Like,
We are so stupid that we can't solve our own problem. We begin begging and praying for solutions to be offered to us because we are so reliant on an established system in order to live life. We know no other way. Meanwhile, during the initial chaos of the dollar collapse, they continue faking terror events all over the place. Shootings, bombings, virus scares, man-made weather disasters, and maybe even some Project Bluebeam type scenarios. We're freaking out. We're worried for life as we know it, and we don't know what to do. Enter the United Nations with a plan to save us. They tell us that in order to get back on track and restore order, all nations and people of the world must unite under a one world authority, a one world rule for everyone to follow. We're so eager to regain safety and comfort that we all jump at the opportunity. But with the one world rule comes the one world government, obviously, the one world currency, one world clothing and food distributors, even a one world religion, one world everything. This is the definition of order out of chaos. They create so much chaos so that they can apply the desirable order. And this brings me back to the Great Seal of the United States. On the obverse of the seal, we have the phrase E pluribus unum, which means out of many, one. We still have some time before all this happens, but it's surely on the way. One of the next phases for humanity is getting as much of the population crammed into megacities as possible. On the website America2050.org, we get a blueprint for the main megaregions that will be used and expanded upon in the future. They are also planning a massive trans-American passenger network to go along with these megacities and megaregions. This reminds me a bit of Taggart Transcontinental from the books and movies called Atlas Shrugged. You should check those out if you haven't. And speaking of megacities, we can find predictive programming for them in films like Dredd from 2012, the remake of Judge Dredd. In the movie, a huge population of people are confined within Megacity 1, where the conditions are brutal and extremely uncomfortable. These are some of the things that are still underway and have yet to pass, but as we go through these phases, slowly but surely, new laws will continue to be passed to undermine the last freedoms we have left. New ways to depopulate, imprison, and get rid of undesirables will be implemented. They will most likely use some of the megacities to contain undesirables, just like the movies Escape from New York and Escape from LA. Later after that, once the undesirables are totally wiped out, the One World Order will truly begin. They will have an unquestioning and obedient society of individuals that were born into a world that never knew freedom at all, so they have nothing to compare the current conditions to. It will be exactly like The Giver, where you have to take a shot every day on the way out the door to suppress your feelings. Same thing in the movie Equilibrium. Shots in the neck to suppress your emotions. The Divergent series comes to mind as well. Everyone is on full lockdown, and your fate is decided for you during a ceremony where you choose one of 5 predetermined societal functions to be your destiny. Funny too, in Divergent, they are confined in the Chicago megacity, which is on the America2050.org megaregion map. Similarly, in The Giver, the people are confined within borders they know nothing about, nor do they care. They don't know to care. This is us in the time to come. This is your grandchildren, your grandchildren's children. My heart goes out to these future generations of youngsters. You can pretty much pick any movie on my 33 dystopian movies list, and all of them have tons of truth in plain sight that's either happening right now or yet to occur, but it will. So what is the difference between the New World Order and the One World Order? Almost nothing, except for one thing, and that is the illusion of choice. Right now, in the midst of the New World Order, you may actually believe that you have a choice. With 10 corporations owning almost everything you can find at the average grocery store, it does seem like you have a choice. Same thing with the 6 corporations that own all the media. You get a false sense of choosing what you want to watch, read, or listen to. But in the One World Order, it will be much like Celebration, Florida, the town that's owned and operated by Disney. This town has no logos, no franchises, no billboards, and no brands. That's because in the One World Order, the illusion of choice is removed from the equation, and the people living in that time won't even know that. We will be issued our clothing like on the movie The Island. We will be eating mystery food, maybe bug bars like on Snowpiercer, or maybe undesirables from the prison regions will keep us fed, kinda like the film Soylent Green, where they eat people and don't even know it. Anyway, this is all I have for this video, my friends. This has been ODD TV. Thanks for watching.